That is the sound of the jar of names, a rather full jar of names because I've moved them all over. But this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Nick Pro. So welcome to this podcast. This is Cup of Tea in the podcast. This right here is the cup of tea. And this right here is the podcast. Right, so let's begin by saying welcome to whatever month we're in. June now. We've said goodbye to May last week, and now we're saying... Hold on, I'm going to turn this down a second. There we go, that's good, it's fine. Yeah, welcome to June. So you said goodbye to May last week, and that was about it. But yes, I actually can't find where I've written. Welcome, yeah. I just want to apologise for this being very late. I'll explain why in the update. But speaking of the update, if you want to skip ahead in this week's episode, you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's book club, this week's question, this week's goals, by heading on over to the first comment on this video, which should be my skip list. Update. So, what have we got to talk about in the update? Quite a lot, actually. So I apologise for this being late. The reason why is because it was a final project week for college, so I had to get that done. So I focused more on that than this because I needed to get it all done and sorted since that's college. That is slightly more important, unfortunately, for you to know, but it is slightly more important. So I was doing like all-nighters, and in fact one day I was awake for 24 hours getting it done, and I had an hour's sleep before I had to go in and hand it in. That's how it works. That's how final project weeks works. 153-page project folder as well, which is mental, plus the 20-minute documentary which we made. But that was my project. I've got one more left to do for coming days, so Tuesday, and that's the last one. But then after that, I'll be free forever because I'll have my summer holiday, which I think I get 12 weeks off, which is obviously double the normal 6 weeks you get for summer. So I'll have a lot of time off to catch up with videos, which is my main focus. So that's what's hopefully been happening. Anything else in the update? College went to an open day for a university this week. So I'm just looking at all that. The one I looked at this week looked quite cool. I don't really know what exactly the unit will focus on because I don't have the units just yet. But I'll be looking at the accommodation stuff, and I found one which has 30 megabytes of speed of internet plus unlimited downloads and uploads. So that will be quite useful for me. That's what I'm trying to look for as well. So if that's the case, I'll be able to sort of keep up to date with my YouTubes and stuff like that. So that should be good. Just thought I'd let you know because that's related to you in a way. Week off soon, I've already mentioned. That'll be fun. It's not a week off. It's 12, man. But yeah, I'm going to focus on getting loads of this stuff back to normal, up to date, and we'll focus on and just smash it, mate. We'll smash it. But yeah, just need to catch up on a load of videos. Cause obviously, this is very late, by about a week nearly. So I've got to upload last week's videos, but I'll just update them as we go along. Like I'll just pump them out as soon as I get them done. I've edited loads of them and rendered loads of them. It's just I need to get this podcast done first, then I can start releasing them. So what I'll do is I'll probably just upload them constantly until they're all up, and that is my goal for this week, which we'll get to at the end. Currently E3 is going on, which is what I said turn it down a minute ago. I'm listening to a live feed, but they're not talking about anything interesting right now. But yeah, just watching that. Talk about that in a bit. In fact, we'll talk about it now. Let's go on to topic. Let's go on to this week's names. So first thing first I'm going to do is this week's Couple of Adventure video. There's definitely going to be on this week. It's going to be E3 2016. Just want me talking about it really. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the one I did last year because obviously I'm trying to focus on sort of more snappier videos for Couple Adventure. So it's going to be slightly shorter, talking about probably highlighting some things, but not talking about everything in particular. But we'll see how that goes. Obviously, it'll be out on the Friday. This week's question is actually related to that video as well, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's go through this week's names of the games then. So, we have... this is the podcast, you're listening to it right now, and then we're going to have an Assassin's Creed Revelations video called Mediterranean Pointing. It's 20 minutes of me just doing Mediterranean stuff, but we finished the Mediterranean stuff, so that's all that. That's why it's a pointing episode, and that's why it's the first one this week. And then we've got a Harvest Moon. No, we haven't got a Harvest Moon episode. We've got a Fable Adventure episode called Harvest Moon, because harvesting, it's farming, it's Harvest Moon. And then we have an Assassin's Creed Revelations video called Mentor Mode, where we activate the Mentor Mode. Then we have Then we have a Fable Adventure video called The Fellowship. That's what I nearly called it. Because we get a fellowship together. And then after that, we have two Assassin's Creed Revelation videos. We've got one called Assassin Holocron and another one called Truth, Traitor and Text. The Assassin Holocron one is about... I've mentioned it before in the Let's Play, so if you know what it is, then you know what I mean by it. But they're two very lengthy episodes about one specific part of Assassin's Creed Revelations. It's basically the DLC, I'll tell you. Yeah. And then Saturday we've got, well, not Saturday, it's not Saturday, it's whenever it's after. Then after that one, we'll have a Fable Adventure Bowerstone Pointing, the first pointing episode in the series. And then we'll have a final Assassin's Creed Revelations video this week called Final Pointing. It is the final pointing. And then next week we finish Assassin's Creed Revelations. And by next week, I mean whenever it gets uploaded, because whenever these videos start getting uploaded, which I don't know, probably definitely by Wednesday, I would have thought all these would be caught up by. But then after Wednesday, we'll just push out all of the Assassin's Creed videos as well. But I want to be done by earlier than that if I can, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to quickly rush through them all. And that's that. Right, book club. Haven't really read much of my Jonathan Strange Mr. Norrell. It's still quite good. I'm enjoying it, but I've recently finished my English exam. That was last Tuesday, so I don't need to read Of Mice and Men again. And I feel like the exam went quite good. I've been predicted an A, so hopefully I'll get an A, because I had to resit it, because I only got a D when I did it the first time. So hopefully that'll be quite good. But I'll never have to read that book again. I still don't like it. It's just I find it a depressing setting, which is good enough, I suppose, for Of Mice and Men, because it's set in the Great Depression, so that's fine. Right, moving on then to the community segment. Turn the page. What have we got this week then? So we have Mention Monday. We've got a lot of Mention Mondays this week because we had a new episode of a Let's Play. So let's go through them. We have to thank this week the Mention Monday people of Max Ravage, Horia, Nick Pro, 40k Warrior Man, Dragon Lord 55511, Winterman 925, Dr. Dragon, Ryan Finder 226, Dual Gigamon, Mr. Laughing Corpse 2, and 8 Ball Reaper. So thank you for commenting on these new Let's Play videos that we've done. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the series, and hopefully you continue to comment on the videos. But yeah, thank you very much. Right, going on now to Q&A. One question this week. We have one from Max Ravage, who says, now I have a question for you. One I'm not sure if I've asked you before. What is your favourite kind of tea? Mine is mint. Cool, nice bit of alliteration there. Mine is mint. I think my favourite is just your bog standard PG Tips, just normal tea, milk, 2 sugars. If I had to choose a different one though, I'll probably say English breakfast. It's quite a nice tea, but only the Tesco own brand of English breakfast, because those are very nice. Moving on to subscribers then. So this week, well, because it's been over a week, we've got quite a few subscribers. We did have 1,172. We've gone up 13 names to 1,185. That's a baker's dozen. We're slowly climbing up the ladder. But yeah, this week we have to welcome the new community members to the community. We have to welcome Vlad Dumitrika, Plamen Dimitrov, Otto Kometic, Abinadi, Esteban Rubio, Alan Joseph Kutinus, FNG Gamer 55, Matthew Tawangni, Canis Inferno, Overlord Master, who has been a big commenter this week, and Epic Meow 99. Yes, so some nice new faces there, obviously, because they're new subscribers, obviously. But yes, specifically Overlord Master, who has been commenting an awful lot this week on old videos and couple of adventure videos. So nice to meet you, mate. Welcome to the community. Okay, and let's go on to this week's question, or last week's question. Why have I only got one? It's because I put it in this week's comment, which I don't actually have. Oh no, I'll cut that out this one then. I apologise. Okay, so last week's question was, when do you watch my videos and how do you like to watch my videos? Let's have a little look then, shall we? So, where am I looking? Question. Yeah, so I asked some people when they watch my videos. We had a question from Max Ravage, who says he usually watches the podcasts on mornings, where he might lay in bed and hold his phone and having breakfast or something, and he gives other videos he gives full attention to, and he enjoys longer episodes. And we also got one from, if I can find it, Horia, who says he watches them when he wakes up early in the morning, so whenever I think so, I can always say good morning or something like that. So he thinks it's a good length that I do already, although I wish you would talk louder. And apparently he wished me to talk louder, so do I talk quietly? I think sometimes I do when I'm recording late at night, but yeah, we'll have a look at that. We'll try and focus on that. I think I've tried to stop it now. And he says, Nick Pro says he listens to my Let's Plays while he's playing video games, while he's doing things, so he listens to them in the background, which is what I thought people do. But surprisingly, most people don't, actually, from what I've read. And then 40k Romance says, it depends on the video. If it's Assassin's Creed or games he's already played, he listens to them in the background, while occasionally looking at them, which is, what I do as well, I suppose. But if he has never seen a game before, he usually watches them more often. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixture between who we have and what we have. But it seems in general, most people like longer episodes, so that's not too bad. So 30 minutes is quite a nice length, I'm guessing, from the general consensus. But people do both, so it doesn't really matter which one I do, if they do it for, for listening or for watching properly. But doesn't really make a difference that way. But with how you watch it, with the length, everyone seems to be in agreement that 30 is an okay length. Cool. Right, this week's question is actually related to the Couple Adventure video, because I might use some of these hints or references in that actual episode. So if you are watching E3 this week, or you're looking forward to it, what games are you looking forward to hear more about? We've obviously got Battlefield 1 coming, Mass Effect Andromeda might be announced, might be talked about. Got some other things as well that are coming out that I can't think of off the top of my head, but definitely got loads of things coming. The new Zelda, for example, that's one of them. So yeah, if you're looking forward to any of these things, you want to hear about any of these things, then let me know. And if you want, you can keep me updated as well on this podcast and the next podcast, just talking about which ones you're looking forward to, and I'll reference them in the actual Couple Adventure video. But that's that. Right, this week's comment. We have no this week's comment because I forgot to get one, and I don't have time to get one, unfortunately, so I apologise for that. But let's go on to goals. So this week's goals is to catch up on all my Let's Play videos, get them sorted out and the schedule back onto normal. Hopefully that'll happen by Wednesday, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But that is it. So let's finish this cup of tea for this podcast. I know it's hopefully a very quick one. I'm trying to get it done, so I need to do a few things before I finish. Not that quick, but quicker. So let's finish with this cup of tea. And I will say, until the next time we meet, farewell. Hopefully we're back on track by then. But until the next time we meet, farewell. And I will leave you with, what film? I want to be a man, man cub. I think I did this quote before.